All right, our third topic for the day is infield fly, and this one goes in Rule 2. This is 219. It's on page 21 in your rule book. Hopefully you got it out still. Infield fly happens in these scenarios. Runners at first and second, runners at first, second, and third with less than 2 outs. Those are the scenarios. And as umpires, we actually have a signal for this. So when that happens, I've talked to you guys about taking a fist and raising it up in the air, just kind of pointing. This is infield fly with no outs. This is infield fly with 1 out. We would never do infield fly with 2 outs. Well, because you can't have infield fly with 2 outs. So fist up, infield fly, no outs. Fist or finger up, infield fly with 1 out. Just communicating with each other. Partners, make sure you mirror that. And so we're all on the same page with infield fly. Here is the definition to it. The infield fly is a fair fly ball, which can be caught by an infielder with ordinary effort. 2 parts I want to draw your attention to. Well, actually 3. Fly ball, first of all, means it has to have loft. It can't be a line drive. Has to be a fly ball. 2, it can be caught by an infielder. It doesn't say is caught by an infielder. It says can be caught by an infielder. And then 3rd, with ordinary effort. Okay. And as I just said before, the play can be made by an outfielder and still be infield fly if the play could have been made by an infielder, because again, that's what the satisfying of the rule is. And then what do we say on this scenario? Umpires, you should point up and say infield fly. If you can say infield fly, batter's out, good for you. If all you get out is infield fly, then guess what? You're doing your job that you need to. Now, if the fly ball is threatening the line, one of the fair foul lines, okay, it's best to verbalize infield fly if fair. Because if you just say infield fly just generically, then we're kind of enacting the rule, and it may or may not be, because infield fly can only happen on a fair fly ball. If it's foul, it's not infield fly. So if it's on the line, make sure you're saying infield fly if fair, okay? And then don't forget that if the ball is caught, the ball is live and in play. If the ball is not caught, the ball is live and in play. We do not kill an infield fly. We never call time on infield fly, okay? If we do call infield fly, the penalty of infield fly is the batter is out and all other runners advance at their own risk, meaning that if they fail to tag up, then you could potentially have an appeal play back in and double up a runner there. Also, if the ball does drop, runners can advance. However, just remember, the batter runner is going to be out no matter what. As soon as you call infield fly, the batter is out. All of the other runners may advance at their own risk. And don't forget, the ball is live and in play. All right, let's talk about ordinary effort. This is kind of the umpire's judgment aspect of this that does get into, kind of makes this a little tricky, for example. Things that I look for whenever I'm thinking ordinary effort, okay? If I have a defensive player that is able to catch a baseball palm up like this, like where he's underneath the baseball, I give that kind of ordinary effort. Another thing is if we got an infielder that's maybe moving backwards. If he moves backwards and is able to stop his feet and catch the baseball, I think that's pretty ordinary effort. Another thing that I look for, if maybe he doesn't stop his feet, but maybe he gets completely behind the baseball, he backs up, stops going backwards, and then goes forwards. There are a lot of infielders that try to get behind the baseball and then field forward up to it. I find that as ordinary effort. Again, paired that movement with catching the ball up underneath it like this, as he's able to get underneath it, I definitely think that that's ordinary effort. Things that I don't think are ordinary effort. Catching the ball over your shoulder while you're on the run. I don't think that's ordinary effort. Let's say it's a pop-up kind of behind the first baseman, and the first baseman doesn't have the play, and the second baseman is hustling over there, and he makes the play in full stride on a run. I don't think that's ordinary effort. So there is a good bit of judgment that goes into this call, and you just have to think, is this an ordinary play or is this an extraneous play? And only you in the moment can call that. And so again, it comes with experience and seeing more and more plays. Speaking of more and more plays, let's talk about more plays. So here we go. Here is a play. We have runners at first and second. We have less than 2 outs, and let's take a watch.
Infield fly!
It's fine, Austin.
Now, why did we call infield fly on this one whenever the shortstop made the play and not the pitcher or somebody else did? Okay, so we have a fly ball here, and the pitcher points it out, and everybody is staring at it. In my opinion, this should be the pitcher's ball. He should be in there. We all see it. It's square in the infield, and I think the pitcher should have had it, and he could have made the play, and I think with ordinary effort, but yet he chose not to. And the shortstop, the second baseman, was on it. The shortstop decides to call him off. You see, I got it, and that's a terrible play. Again, lots of scenarios for us, even though the ball is not caught, lots of ways for us to say, hey, this is infield fly. The pitcher could have caught it with ordinary effort if he just stepped out and see where it is. The second baseman could have caught it, but he was called off, and the shortstop tried to play hero. Notice both umpires call infield fly in this, and that is totally okay. One umpire can call it, both umpires can call it. It's always best if both umpires call it, or one calls it and one echoes. But any umpire can call it. Here, let's watch this one more time.
Infield fly!
It's fine, Austin.
Neither one of us called time because the ball is live and in play. Runners at R1 and R2, they get to move if they wanted to run and be stupid, they could. But other than that, we just have the batter is out, or the batter runner is out, and we're going to move on to the next pitch. Let's talk about the next play. Believe it or not, this was like this was 1 inning later. Sorry, 1 inning later, and we got runners at first and second base, and let's see what happens.
Infield fly!
Now, in this one, I like that the base umpire is the only one that calls it, because the plate umpire is a little far removed, and I think that this is the catch, no catch of the base umpire. That is his responsibility. So I think he's the one that ultimately is going to have the best look at calling infield fly. Plate umpire, if you want to echo this as well, go for it. But the base umpire called it, and so we're good there. Here's why I called infield fly on this one. What am I talking about? Ordinary effort. First of all, the shortstop starts backpedaling, and then he backpedals, and then he plants, and now he's underneath it, and the glove goes up over his head. Now, is his feet kind of moving along with this play? Yes, he's moving. But if you look at the flag, the Texas flag, and then we had a pretty brisk wind coming up, so the ball is sinking. But for me, what I was looking for in ordinary effort was his feet stop moving, like he's no longer going backwards. He's under control underneath it, and then he's catching it up underneath this way. To me, this is how I have ordinary effort on this play. Could it potentially be, he backpedaled, the wind blowing, maybe an umpire judges this as not as ordinary effort, maybe so. But in my judgment at this moment, that's what I was looking for, his feet and then catching underneath it. So that's why I didn't field fly.
Infield fly!
And if you notice, that's the exact moment I called it. One other thing I want to talk to you about this is sometimes umpires like to watch the baseball when the ball is hit. So when the ball is hit, your eyes would go up and you're following the baseball and you're kind of spinning. Well, if you're following the baseball, you're not going to be able to see how the fielder is tracking this play or how the effort is on this play. So watch my footwork on here as I step up, turn chest to ball. And then my eyes are glued to the shortstop. And the minute that I see, yep, that's ordinary effort, that's when I call it. Watch this one more time.
Infield fly!
So here we go. Now we've got a little bit later in the game. So let's take a watch.
Infield fly, batter's out.
And could this one have been let go? Yes, I think somebody could probably look at this play and be like, that's not ordinary effort. And great, that's your opinion. Here is why I called ordinary effort, though. So shortstop's backpedaling. He plants, and he is no longer backpedaling now. He's coming under the ball. And this, again, I think this is him trying to play the wind. If you look at the Texas flag out in center field, he's trying to, and if you look, his glove's underneath it. So he's camped underneath it. And I think he just misread it. But again, one umpire's judgment is this ordinary effort? Is this not ordinary effort? That's why I called it, and that's just what I'm looking for. I got one more for us, then I'll get to questions. Here is one more play.
More before conference gets here. 2-2 pitch. That's hit out toward left field. The shortstop, though, Reeves, able to range out about 5 feet into the out. More before.
Here's why I think we didn't call infield fly on this one. Is if you watch the shortstop, he's backpedaling, and he's continuing to move backwards. And even though he's underneath the baseball, he is still backpedaling. I don't think he's ever fully underneath the baseball until as he's catching it. So just one of the things that I'm looking for in this scenario is, what is ordinary effort? If you're still moving backwards and you're trying to track the baseball moving backwards, I think that's an extraneous play. Did this guy make it look easy? Yeah. Could somebody have seen this play and been like, you know what? I think this is ordinary effort. Absolutely. This could have been, but I'm just telling you, this is my opinion. This is just one thought of mine. So hopefully this gives you a little clarity on some infield fly. Let's see what questions we got.